Morning folks, Nature Inspired Art and Life here. I'm Pauline Grace. Welcome to baking our bread day. Well, hopefully for you, but probably not for me. Let me explain. When I had a look at my dough yesterday, I said it was very sticky and there wasn't a lot of bubbles. And I carried on regardless in the hope that it was rescuable by putting my dough in the fridge for its slow, long last prove. But unfortunately, I think my sourdough is over fermented. And that happens when the dough has been left out in too high a temperature and all the bacteria have guzzled up all of the flour and multiplied beyond control. Let's face it, it means the bacteria and the wild yeast have got jiggy with it. So what are we going to do about it, Pauline? Well, I'm going to go and show you what it's like, and then I'm going to go ahead and bake it because it's all an experience. I'm hoping that your sourdoughs are in a much better shape than mine. I sincerely hope so. I'll be encouraging you to leave photos of your sourdough and I'll give you the email address below. Okay folks, let's go and have a look at the dough. Okay, so here is a sourdough that is no more. It is a former sourdough. It is a sourdough that has eaten itself. I floured the top and the sides, but my experience tells me that this is a flop. But that's okay. The thing about sourdough is you've got to practice and practice a little bit more. And the more you get to know your dough, get to know the environment in which you're baking in and the flour that you're using and the way that that flour responds to heat and water, you're building up your expertise. So, without any more ado, I'm going to turn my sourdough, which is in this bowl, or otherwise known as a banneton, and I'm going to move it from here. I'm going to tip it upside down into my Dutch oven, which has got some grease-proof paper and it's been floured on the bottom. So basically, I'm going to put this over this, invert it, and let this flop down onto the bottom there. I'm going to cover it, and then I'm going to put it in the oven. And then I'm going to turn the oven on. What? You're going to turn the oven on then? Yes, I'll talk about that after I've actually managed to get this sloppy monster into this Dutch oven. I'm sure there's a film about that. Okay, folks, I'll speak to you in a minute. Bye for now. I said I was going to invert that into there and I was going to bake it anyway. Well, scratch that. This ain't going nowhere. I mean, I've heard about over fermentation, but I've never actually done it myself. Okay, I really want to talk you through this, folks, because this is for the bin. You can see, look, there's no structure, all the bubbles have gone, there's no rigidity, it's very sticky, it's just a bit of a mess. So yeah, one bubble. Yeah, there's no rescuing this. I mean, no, I can't even. No, I can't. It's going in the bin. So sourdough bread with Pauline. How not to make sourdough bread? Don't you just love it? Hi folks, me again. Okay, so first things first, if your bread hasn't over fermented and collapsed in on itself and devoured its own insides, then you can go straight on to putting it in the oven and baking your first sourdough loaf. So, well done, congratulations, you're better than I am. It's okay though, we're in this together, and I'm learning heaps about not doing a live kind of YouTube filming and uploading it immediately because I'm new to all of this. But anyway, so if you're going to put your bread in the oven because you think it's ready to go, the thing you need to do is to decide whether or not you're putting it in a Dutch oven like I have. If you don't have a Dutch oven, you could put it in a bread tin, a loaf tin. If you don't have a loaf tin, you can put it in a cake tin. If you don't have a cake tin, you could put it in like an enamel metal bowl. And if you don't have any of those things, you could be completely wild and put it on a oven sheet and see what kind of creation you end up with at the end. It might be a bit flat. But yeah, so put it in your thing if it's a Dutch oven, and then put that in the oven. And now turn the oven on. Yes, I know it's the cold oven method. It saves about 20 minutes time of oven time, so it saves money, and it works just as well when you've got a loaf to put in. So heat your oven up to 220 degrees centigrade. I think that's something like 425 Fahrenheit. And you're going to leave it in the oven for 55 to 60 minutes. Do not open the oven to have a look and see what it's doing. It's doing its thing, it'll be fine. And then take it out of the oven and then leave it be. Obviously you can take the lid off if you're using a Dutch oven, but just let it be. Don't be tempted to cut into it for at least an hour, because you'll let all the steam out and you'll lose all your springy and sponginess. Okay, but I've been thinking, what I've never had over fermentation ever in my bread, and I know it's a thing that happens, and I was blaming it on the temperature in the kitchen because it's been really toasty and warm because it's been horrible and cold outside. But oh no, it's me being a bit strange. Had a bit of a strange week, and what's happened, Pauline, has in the video stage 2 of making your sourdough bread, been going through my notes and looking back and just pondering what's gone on. Well, I said for your pre-mix stage, if you look at stage 2 of the sourdough bread making video, at 2 minutes and 6 seconds I say just cover your pre-mix and leave it on the side overnight. What possessed me to do that and say that is beyond me, because every time I've ever done this before I've only left it for an hour. So now I understand why my loaf has over fermented and has collapsed, because it's just exhausted itself. It's eaten itself to death. So I'm going to do it again today. I'm not going to over ferment. I'm going to make another sourdough loaf today, and I'm going to show you what it's supposed to look like. Okay, folk, hope you're happy and well. Speak to you soon. Take care of yourself and each other and of your sourdough. Bye for now.